Hello, darling. Hi, Cellulite and Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. It is 2:22 on the clock as I'm starting this reading. Happy Freaky Friday. Happy Freaky Friday. Today's reading is all about yourself, how to, keep waving your freak flag, being completely authentically you. And it was really bizarre because I was heavily impressed upon my awareness to set up for this reading differently than normal ahead of recording, okay? If you want to skip forward, I will try to remember to just put a timestamp in the description box. Go ahead and look for that if you don't want to hear this part, because it's going to be a little bit explaining some stuff, okay? If you're not interested, you just want to get to the reading, I'll skip forward and get right into the reading for you, okay? Okay, so before I started this reading, I was very heavily guided to do some stretches, okay? And I was like, okay, I don't know why, but sure. And it was like, as I did these stretches, first of all, I want to acknowledge that these stretches that I did in the way I felt is because I am not good at doing stretches, okay? I don't do them enough, and I should, all right? I've been thinking about yoga for weeks now, and I'm really thinking about actually doing it. But anyways, it was like so much tension and built up, and it just felt like there was these like blockages, barriers to flexibility, right? But it felt good to push through it, okay? It felt good to push through it, and I felt very open, I felt very receptive, okay? And instantly I was like, okay, I know I'm going to do the Freaky Friday reading, going chakra to chakra to figure out what Spirit wants you to be really focused on, for being authentically yourself from each chakra, okay? And as I finished it, it was like, yes, we're focusing on the chakras, but we're also focusing on being here. Because it almost feels like perhaps some of us could have heavily leaned into spirituality, or being sort of existing as a spiritual being, and we might feel a little detached from our vessel, okay? And Spirit wants you to feel attached to your vessel. Spirit wants you to balance that focus, Yes, there is all of the praise and excitement for expanding, psychism and your spiritual gifts, and that is all amazing and beautiful, but it's almost like when we are put back into the day-to-day hustle and bustle of things, the human condition, it's almost like we feel very unsatisfied with that. And the nudge that I was getting about getting more attached to our vessel, right? Getting more in touch with our vessel is actually becoming more embracing of our humanity, of our creation. This is your reality. You're creating it every second of every day with your thoughts, with your mindset, with the way you view the world, right? That influences your experience here. And as the creator, as the operant power of your reality, I think part of our collective, unified, conscious goal here is for us to really love our creation, okay? To love what we're creating. Not feel like we have to escape from our creation into a spirit realm, It's like you're both. But part of this goal here for you and being authentically yourself is learning to love this reality that you're creating every second of every day, and that comes in, that resides in the territory of getting more connected here, loving your body, loving your life, loving yourself, in the best way possible, and there's obviously, I've talked about this with friends and stuff, like love doesn't necessarily always feel easy, and it's okay. It's okay that that's how it is sometimes. People I love, I don't like them all the time. I love them always, but I don't necessarily like everything that's going on with them, in a non-judgmental way, in a way that I'll always be there for you and I'm going to have your back, that kind of way. But there's something here about maybe we have been drastically unliking the reality that we're creating, you know? And so Spirit wants us to fall in love with ourselves by falling in love with our reality and falling in love with our purpose and our existence and the existence of this world, of this 3D world, you know, from an empowered spiritual way, balancing both. Okay, I know that's a that's a lot, but here we go. Okay, great. My little camera here. I was having this being remote started on my phone, and sometimes it disconnects, and it disconnected right then. I'm going to get an overview. I'm going to do the heat signature of the cards to figure out who I am reading for. Okay, sort of your life story, what this incarnation of you has been. There might be some spiritual stuff that influences that I speak about. We'll see what happens when the cards come out. But I'm going to start with that to figure out if this is really speaking to you. I think if the message that I just spoke on resonates with you and you've been seeing 222 a lot, then that's also another signal that, hey, this might be your reading, and there might be something in this reading that Spirit wants you, that your spirit, your higher self, who you are, our unified consciousness wants you to be aware of, okay? Use your intuition. If it's not for you, it's not for you, okay? All right, let's get into it. Thank you for letting me talk about that. The comic on bottom before I even started, the comic. Yeah, okay. I'm going to turn off this phone and I'm going to move it because there's no point for it to be here. Okay. Don't fall, please. I keep on falling in. Not alone with you. Alicia Keys. There's a key. The key. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. That's a channeled song for someone. I don't know what that song's called. I keep on falling. I'm channeling, so I get kind of cloudy in my awareness here, but that's for someone. The key in loving something and not liking it. Sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue. Okay, Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. Ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you for being here. I hope that you like this reading. If you like it, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. Join my soul pack. Join the soul pack here, okay? Oh, I was going to do the heat signature and then I started shuffling. So, no, I'm not going to do the heat signature. I'm just going to shuffle. We got the shapeshifter. I keep on falling. Orphan, not in key at all. In and out of the river. With you, I never thought that end. Love someone the way that I am. The empty room. Okay, this. Oh no, I just dropped my cards. Wow, okay. Love the process. Love the process. I'll get those in a minute. I was going to get my kids donuts this morning, and the song that was playing is called, what is that song called? Now that my phone's not in use, I can look it up. Because this was also, I felt like I was getting spiritual downloads about that song. No, not that one. Where is that one? Hold on. Okay, the song was called Empty. It's by Metric. Empty, and in parentheses, Dirt Road. Someone should listen to that song and tell me how it speaks to you. How does it speak to you? It's a very good song. I'm not going to play it here. I could look up the lyrics real quick because that feels important. Okay, empty, metric. Shake your head, it's empty. There was no way out. The only way out was to give in. Oh, that's like humanity. There's no way out of this. The only way out is to give in. When there's no way out, the only way out is to give in. How I love to give in. Here no one sleeps, one lays up while the other lies down. Where no one sleeps, one lays up while the other lies down. Ask the line on your face what the line on your hand meant. We couldn't see what was coming. Shake your head, it's empty. Shake your hips, move your feet. Okay, this is about getting in touch with your body. That's not what the song is about, but what Spirit is telling me about this and who I'm reading for, okay? It's like we have been using our spirituality or trying to find a way out. Like, so I might be talking to someone who is dead set on this is your last incarnation on this earth. You're like, nope, I've been through too much. This is it. I'm done. I've learned everything. I've earned my stripes. I'm done. I'm not reincarnating on this earth anymore. And it's like you are trying so hard to escape your creation, the God part of you, the God essence in you. Your unified consciousness loves what you've created in some form. And we're at a part where we hate it. We don't want it. We are trying to get out. But the only way out is to give in. To give in, to surrender. To get out. There's no way out. Trying to get out, like getting something, receiving something, and then out. And then give is you pouring yourself, you being, you offering something into it rather than trying to get something out of it, right? Okay, how I love to give in. Your spirit actually loves to give in because your spirit is constantly creating this, right? Your spirit is constantly creating yourself. It's constantly creating your body, okay? Shake your head. It's empty. Shake your hips, move your feet. This is getting in touch with your body, getting reconnected with your body. No one sleeps. One lays up while the other lies down. Okay. You might feel really tired right now. Who I'm speaking to, you might feel really exhausted because you're actually doing a lot of dream work. You're doing a lot of spiritual dream work, and maybe you need some rest because it's like when your consciousness is laying down, your subconscious is up and working, right? And so it's like you might wake up and it's like, I got plenty of sleep. Why am I so tired? Why am I so tired? Ask the line on your face what the line on your hands meant. Okay, so that line used to perplex me, but I completely just got it now, okay? I used to be like, what the heck does that mean? The line on your face, wrinkles, aging, time, the amount of time that you spent on this earth, your experiences, stress and age and time, okay? What the line on your hand meant, palmistry. So you could have had your palms right at one point. This is going to fortune tellers, tarot readers trying to predict your future. And it's just like reflecting in like, as time goes on, there's no way, like looking at your experience, looking at your wrinkles, looking at how life has treated you in your body, right? How life has treated you and asking, how did that fit into what I thought was going to happen, right? To where I thought my future was going. We couldn't see what was coming. It's like there is some things that you can't see what's coming because you're actively creating it. Yes, amazing palm readers and tarot readers and psychics and everything. Obviously, I'm in the crowd here. I love it, okay? We read the current energy. And sometimes there's certain things that we can pick up on, but we don't have more power than you over your reality. We just read the current energy and where it could go, bad or good, where it could go. If you're in a high vibing energy and you watch a tarot reading and it's going really well, that's because you're high vibing. And especially if that resonates with you, if you're high vibing and you watch a tarot reading that's really negative and you're put off by it, and you're like, I don't know, I don't trust that. That just shows that you're not in alignment with that part of your your consciousness, right? You're not in that swing of your own energetic pendulum, right? You're not on that side of it, and that's great too. If you are low vibing and you're aligning with low vibing tarot readings and stuff, and then low vibe stuff starts happening in your life, are you blaming the tarot reading? Are you, it's all about, you have more power over your reality than what anyone else can tell you, right? It's amazing that we want to learn. It's amazing that we want to get more concept on spiritual gifts and be able to predict more, but it's like the best prediction of what you can create in your life and being your completely authentic self is that you saying, I have the power. And it all starts with me loving my power to create, bad or good. Loving my power to create. Sometimes I make really good things. Sometimes I make not so great things. Either way, I'm making it, Either way, I'm making it. There's no such thing as a perfect creation. There's no such thing as perfect art. It's perfect whenever I decide it's done, right? And what is my idea of perfection for my creation based on? Is it based on my own liking? Is it based on my appreciation, my power, my own empowerment? Is it based on other things? What other people say, what other people expect, what other people's plans are. Okay, this is deep stuff. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Into the card reading. Oh man, this is going to be a long one. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I feel like you're going back and forth. Shapeshifter and orphan. You don't feel like you belong anywhere. Dead end, the empty room, river. You don't feel like you belong anywhere. You don't feel like you belong here. You're tired of being here. You feel alone. You feel separated from everyone, from everything. You've never felt included. You've never felt included. You've never felt belonging. And so you're like, I'm done. This feels like a dead end. This feels like a dead end. There's nowhere further for my spirit to go or learn in this earth school. I'm not incarnating again. I'm not. There's something that we're not seeing with our reflection. The reflection is muddy here. The reflection is muddy. It's like we view this life. We view this life as having nothing to give, empty room. We're walking into this earth, this experience, this reality that we're creating, and it's like we expect to walk into a fully furnished mansion where things just fall into place and things just, I want it, I got it. But it's like, really, just because you want it doesn't mean that you got it immediately, right? There's something here about this is your home. This is your physical home. This is your reality. This is your artwork. It's empty until you put stuff in it. If you don't like what's in it, change what's in it. It starts within you. If you don't like what's in it, change what's in it. If you don't like feeling alone, if you don't like feeling isolated, then tell yourself a different story. Create a different truth for yourself. I'm not alone. I'm not abandoned. I don't have to, it's not just me. It's me and every single living creature and every single object and everything in this 3D matrix. It's all me. I'm with everything. We're all connected. We're all connected. And with that, instead of being like, okay, shapeshifter, I have to blend in here, but I don't belong here, and I'm never going to come here again. Shapeshifter, I don't belong here. I'm not going to come here. You can shapeshift into anything that you want to create. Inner child healing could be really helpful, okay? Reflection, the river, the flow. Some of you might want to do vinyasa flow yoga. That might be helpful. Okay. So yeah, that's who I'm reading for. You don't feel like you belong here. You're done being here. Okay. Let's get into tarot. And I'm going to do the chakras like I said. Okay. Shake your head, it's empty. Shake your hips, move your feet. You want me to read these real quick? Okay. Don't stop. Remain positive. Abundance. This situation will improve. Your angels, your spiritual self wants you to know that don't stop. Like, don't stop the positivity. You are destined for abundance if you want to create it. It is meant for you. In this situation, this earth school will improve. Your reality will improve. It won't always be an empty room. It won't always be empty. Shake your head, shake out your thoughts. Shake out your thoughts until your lack mindset is empty. Shake your hips, move your feet. Sacral chakra, getting grounded, earthing. Okay. Spirit, tell me about do you want to go crown to root or root to crown? Root to crown. Okay. All right, Spirit, tell me about my darling's experience and what you want them to focus on for being completely self-empowered, authentic to their self. They're both physical and spiritual being self in the root chakra. What's going on for them in their root chakra, and what do you want them to focus on? Love. Loving the ground that you are rooted in. Loving where you are. It's so funny because like I do believe that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So I do believe it goes crown to root, right? Crown to root. But it's funny that Spirit really wants you to focus on being here, rooted, and loving it. Loving your reality, loving your creation, okay? It's like, oh, Spirit is telling me that like the earth is just dry and barren without water. Without water. And water in the tarot is emotions. It's love. It's that love frequency, emotional frequency. And there's something here about sound healing because our body is made up of like a blah, blah, blah % of water. And it being really important for the vibration of love, right? The energy of love, the feeling that you get in your body, it actually changes. It affects the flow of your own, your body of water. There's something here about that. Okay. The ground needs water to not be barren. Okay. Just a second. My son is crying, so I'm going to go check on him real quick. Okay. I apologize about that. My son had a spot on his leg, and that was the end of the world, so he needed some love. A little red spot. So, Spirit wants you to focus on really loving, pouring nurturing energy over your reality, over your existence, over your earth, over your creation, okay? Everything's going to feel dry and barren and empty and fruitless without love. Okay? Okay, let's see. What's going on in the sacral chakra? Page of Wands, creativity. This is like, I like this because the sacral chakra, it does involve our sexual energy, but it's all creative too. It can be the inner child. It's like the womb area, the inner child, okay? Creativity, excitement, ambition, right? This is also getting excited about what you want to create, seeing the possibilities of it, Spirit's like, let your inner child, let your ambitions flow. See what you can do with your ideas rather than just, hesitating and hating this existence so much, disliking it so much that you just want to get out of here, right? This is like, do what you can here. What can you give to this? What can you give to this world? What can you give to, like, the more that you give, the more you get out of it, This is like, give it your all. Give it your all, even if you're not familiar, even if it feels silly, What you want to create with your reality, what you want to create with yourself, who you want to be, how you want to be in this life. Show up in that energy. Show up with that excitement. Show up believing in that possibility and have the determination of an excited child to make it happen, okay? Don't let life jade you, right? Don't let life jade you, okay? This is also really interesting to me because this Page of Wands is sort of like, it's a child leaving their mother. Like the mother is there and the child has their back. Like sometimes you've got to leave the nest. And sometimes the nest feels like a safety nest, you know? What are we too afraid to jump out of as far as our comfort zone goes? And is that why we don't like where we're at? If you were a bird who knew, like you knew you needed to fly, okay? You know it's in your DNA to fly, okay? But let's say that you created a very repressive energy around you that has said, you won't like anything out there. It's not going to work out there. And thus, now you hate the nest that you're in. Right? There's something here about appreciating your nest, appreciating this world for the nest that it is. And instead of just being like, well, you know, when I die, I'll get out of this nest. It's like you can get out of the nest that's making you feel like you're stuck here. Like it's both a comfort zone. It's a bittersweet thing, that nest. It's a bittersweet thing. You needed it at one point, but you can jump. It's a steep fall. But what if you were meant to fly anyways, okay? This is with what you want to create in your reality, who you want to be, how you want this world to look. How can you show up in that energy rather than just hating it? How can you show up in a way that proves that possibilities are possible? Like, I really like that. Okay. What's going on in the solar plexus chakra? Seven of Wands. This is defensiveness. I was told to get the rest of the chakra cards and then read. Okay. Heart chakra. Throat chakra. Third eye chakra. 2 cards for that. Crown chakra. And your overall energy is this hatred for your existence. The way you dislike the world, how the world is, how unfair life is, how hard life is. The overall energy. This cold detachment from what the world is. Seeing it only one way. Right behind that is love. 2 of Cups. And the magician that you can create. Okay. Oh, my candle went out. Hold on. Oh, this is such a long reading so far. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the solar plexus is all about, you know, it's that middle point. One of the middle points. Almost the middle point. It's guarding your heart, okay? From your reality, from what you're creating. You're very defensive, right? Page of Swords is up in the heart. Curiosity, wanting to learn more, wanting to expand how to love differently. What love actually looks like. Is love easy? Is love hard? Is love challenging? Can I love life regardless of where the wind takes me? How the wind blows, which direction change blows. Can I love it anyway? Can I find ways to love life? But the solar plexus chakra is very guarded, very defensive. Standing your ground. And maybe right now that's in a really not positive way. Maybe right now you're very defensive against existing, against love, about being curious, about seeing what you could do, what you can create. Spirit's like that defensiveness and that steadfastness, that surety. That's not really what I was thinking, but okay, surety. I don't even know if that's a word. That decisiveness, that conviction is essential for that solar plexus chakra. That conviction of who you are and how life is so essential. But you can use that in a non-beneficial way, just like with anything. You're not like that forever, though. You can easily flip it and decide, you know what? I'm up for a change. I'm up for excitement. I'm tired of blocking off my heart from experiencing the excitement of an inner child who's trying to leave the nest, who's trying to explore possibilities, who's not restricted by what the world says is possible or impossible, or just looking out there and just saying, I hate it here. Right? There's something here that's like, what if you defend this world that you hate so much? Really, what you don't like right now is the circumstances that you want to love life. You want to love this earth school. You want to love this 3D existence. You don't like the circumstances that have happened that make it seem like you can't. That's really what you don't like. But we've sort of projected that blame on life itself, right? The Spirit's like, what if you decide, I want to love life and I want to love existing and I want to have peace so much that I will do whatever it takes to make that happen, right? Rather than just being like, I'm so done here. I don't ever want to be here. I don't want to be here. This is not what I want, Yeah. Because your heart is curious. Your heart is curious what you can do, how you can open up, right? But it's almost like we're intellectualizing it in a way. But your heart wants to learn how to love its reality. Your heart, your spirit, wants to learn how to love unconditionally, how to show up in love all the time, how to defend love. That's what your heart wants to do. Throat chakra, the devil, the words you speak are very potent. They always have been. This is nothing new. What you think and what you believe you're stuck and bound by, what you believe your restrictions are, you then navigate this world in that way. And I'm not saying that there aren't certain restrictions that do have you held up in certain places, but it's the idea of, I'm stuck here, and I don't want to be stuck here. I can't wait to leave here. This earth feels like a prison. This earth feels like a prison with that devil card. And so then you speak that and you believe that, and then you see and experience more of it, right? It's what you pay attention to. It's what repeats. It's like on repeat. It's on repeat. And that's really hard. It's really hard. How do you acknowledge things that you feel stuck and bound to while also acknowledging that it doesn't have to be that way forever? Sometimes we get into black and white thinking of that I'm either stuck like this always, like it's like object permanence, like we feel like we're stuck with what we see forever. And then if something's not in our life, it's like we think that it's never going to be in our life. So we feel like we're stuck with negativity, with a toxic life environment forever. And because we have not seen or experienced healthy, or we haven't seen or experienced love for life, or excitement, or passion, or just a real desire to enjoy existing, then we think we never will. And this is like really emphasizing what you say, what you believe, what you speak, what you communicate matters. It matters. And this is not being said in a way that's like punishing you. It's just like you are constantly creating your own restrictions. You're enforcing them and reinforcing them and reinforcing them every time you fall into that vibration, right? Luckily, the key out of that vibration, the key out of those shackles, is your own thoughts, beliefs, and words and affirmations, and saying them. Go on rampages. Like you don't like this life, go on a rampage. Do a verbal affirmation rampage. Feel your frustration with it. Feel your frustration with yourself as a creator for a minute, and just say like, why am I letting myself be miserable? I think that I'm done here on this earth, in this earth school. I'm not coming back here. I don't ever want to be here again. This is the worst. This is the worst. That's what I think. And I think the way out of it is just to get out of it. Right? Just to be done with it. Just to serve my time. But it's like there is a possibility of parole. You're stuck here for life with the possibility of parole, okay? Possibility of parole. And your parole would be like good behavior. Good behavior in the sense of turning a new leaf. Believing that life can turn a new leaf. Believing that you can turn a new leaf. Taking accountability for your creative power here. You know? Taking accountability for what you think. Taking accountability for what you believe. Holding that conviction. You're convicted. You've been convicted to this life that you believe is the way that it is. So you've been convicted, and this is what you're stuck to until you change your conviction. Interesting. Third eye chakra, we've got the Six of Cups and the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Capricorn energy with the Devil. I need a drink real quick. Okay, I'm going to think about this energy real quick for the third eye. Third eye. It's like we're using our spiritual gifts, our psychism, what we're trying to expand to. We are using that as a way to sort of, I'm getting like fractals of light and how they reflect. Okay? And I'm getting that like we use that time in our third eye area to really look for patterns. Okay? To predict patterns of people, situations, and things that we already believe to be true from our past. Good or bad. Good or bad. And this is like you can use your third eye, your psychism, to reflect on what you knew and what you experienced through a new belief system, through enlightenment. Knowing that you're the creator of your reality now. I will say as a child, you experience, everyone's the creator of their reality. So we are all, you know, because we're all one unified soul on a spiritual realm. We're all unified. I am you, you are me. The light you see in me is a reflection of the light in you. The shadow you see in me is a reflection of the shadow in you. What you like, what you don't like, we're all mirrors. Okay? Which means what you see is you. What you see out here is you. Your beliefs, what you're looking for. So Spirit is trying to emphasize that, like, take accountability for that. And can you use these psychic gifts, these, you know, what you're looking for spiritually, what you're searching for desperately in this otherworldly aspect, you know, this spiritual ego possibly of yourself. Can you see how it's just a deflection from what you're supposed to be doing here? Here. There's some work that is done spiritually, and then there's some work that's done physically, right? It's like we might be skipping out on this part here. We might be skipping out whenever we come back to Earth, from our little spiritual explorations, we might not be navigating in a way that is honoring the lessons and stuff that we're trying to learn and seek and acquire knowledge on. Because we just resent this physical part so much. And then we're like, I don't know. I don't know why things don't change. This is just so hard. This has to be the last incarnation. Right? And it's like, we're not applying. There's this application that needs to be transferred from spirit to mind. Coming up to the Emperor and the crown chakra. Empowerment. It's funny because the Hierophant is actually like my God person, my God person in the tarot. But the Emperor is a close second, okay? So it's really funny to me that in the third eye, you have a God self, enlightened self, reflecting over the past and recreating in that third eye. And then in the crown chakra, we have the control freak. We have the control freak. There's a reader on here who calls him the Burger King because he's got to have it his way. Aries energy. It's not a negative thing though. It's just like spirit wants to guide you. Your spirit, the part that you've been asking questions about, the part that you've been trying to learn from, is trying to guide you to saying, look, you can have it your way, Burger King. Okay, you can. You can. But you're the one that has to make that happen. It's not like you just walk into an empty room and then be mad that it's empty and not furnished the way that you want. You gotta pick it out. You've got to decorate it. You've got to create it. You have to create it. You have to apply your spiritual knowledge in the tangible. You can't just meditate and then come back and then, be acting the same way, be thinking the same way about everything, and then wonder why nothing's changing here. And it's like you're not applying it. You're not applying it. The part about change and becoming more empowered and loving life is like, you have to be intentional that you're going to love life. And how do you start loving life? You choose to love life. Love is a choice. Unconditional love. Love is a choice. Going back to the bottom of the deck. Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. Hating life. It was 4144. So 144. You could be part of the 144,000 gang. Okay? You might be struggling with that. So, we hate life. How can you love life when you hate it? You choose to. You choose to. And then you create it by that choice of saying, nope, I'm not just going to go in and love my spiritual journey and love my spirit and then come back and with that same spirit do the exact opposite of appreciating what my spirit has created so far. Love is a choice. And so this path back to love, back to loving yourself, back to loving life, back to love, is the choice to do it. The choice to love the flaws, to have grace, compassion, humility, not counting up, not criticizing every single thing about your life, about yourself, about this world. That's not love. Because ultimately, if you are criticizing this life that you love, that you want to love, but you hate, what you're saying is that you really just don't like you right now. You don't like you. We've all been there, but you deserve to love you. You deserve to love the life that you're going to create, and you deserve to feel empowered, and you deserve that. But it's your choice. It's nothing out here that's going to make you do that. It's you have to show up for yourself and do that every day. That's applying that spirit in the flesh. Your God self. Your God self is creating all this. If you think that God has a different higher power, you think that God loves everything, God loves all of its creation, but you think that God part is, that separate God part is a piece of you too, then doesn't the God aspect of you want to love its entire creation? Everything. Everything. Everything about who you are. Everything about your body. Everything about your mind. Everything. None of this is trying to tell you to hate what you've done or how you think. It's emphasizing that if you want the love, you got to choose the love, honey. You got to choose that. You got to make that a choice. You got to decide, not wait. You have to decide. You know what? I love me. I love life. I love existence. I love the blessing that all of this is. Good and bad. Blessing in disguise. I'm thinking about a comedian I heard once that was like, I hate that term, blessing in disguise, because why do my blessings feel like they need to hide from me? Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm going to leave this here. That feels like enough for today. Okay, I hope that this reading resonated. It was super long and super drawn out, and it's kind of beyond my scope, but I'm really appreciating that I got to tap into it. And I hope that this was meant for you. And I hope that it was helpful and enlightening and empowering, okay? And I just love who you are. If you were open to receiving this message, thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna let you go. I'll see you Monday for Manifestation Monday. We're gonna see what's going on with manifesting. More empowerment talk. More you are the operant power of your reality. You are creating your existence. It might be good for you if you aren't used to, if you're new to the channel. That might be a good reading for you to watch. I hope to see you then. If not, that's okay too, okay? I hope you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful weekend, or a fantastic life that you choose to love. Okay. I love you so much. Take care and ta-ta.